Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Group Chat. You guys must be sick of seeing me because it's just been. Why is my hair like that? Pause. Not like this. Not right now. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Reality Group Chat. My name is Daniel Cusavato. I am one of your lovely hosts. Guys, listen, it's looking a little bit it's looking a little bit grim. It's looking a little bit bare. You know what the vibe is. It's just me right now. Listen, we're getting back to the regular schedule program too. Next time you see me on the Survivor podcast, we're going to have Jordan. We're going to have QT. It's just everybody's getting their ducks in a row. I have no ducks to get in a row. So she's here. She's thriving. And we're going to start on it because I want to catch you guys up. Let's talk about the first 3 episodes of Survivor because do I have thoughts about it? We're going to rush through this because we're already moving through the season. If you're watching this, you're a little bit behind. So let's just get it and go. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Reality Group Chat. If this is your first time seeing it, I'm usually accompanied by 2 lovely co-hosts, Jordan from Circle, QT from the Circle as well. Jordan's dying. He went to Mexico. He's not actually dying, but he's like physically dying. Like his stomach's dying. He's fine. Like the cartel, everything's fine. Don't come for him. QT's be working on some big, exciting things. You know, she's booked and she's busy, but we love her and she will be back here soon. So let's recap. We're going to try to recap quickly episodes 1 through 3. I'm going to be like looking at my phone, blah, and figuring this out. First, I'm just going to discuss how the tribes are split up just so like my brain can get it in there and we can boogie-oogie. So first we have the Sela tribe, Sari, Ozzy, Christian, Rick, Emily, Jenna, Joe, and Savannah. Next, we have the Kalo tribe, Coach, D, Mike, Charlie, Tiffany, Chrissy, Jonathan, and Camilla. And then lastly, we have the Batu tribe, Colby, Stephanie, Aubrey, Angelina, Q, Kyle, Genevieve, and Rizzo. Here's the thing. Already when I'm looking at this, my mind, the strongest tribe, truthfully, I want to say, I think overall strongest tribe, probably... Honestly, the Kalo tribe, Coach D, Mike, Charlie, Tiffany, Chrissy, Jonathan, and Camilla. I think it's the nice thing of strengths. It's the nice thing of smarts, or that's the nice balance of strength versus smart. Guys, here's the thing. I'm so excited for the season. I've seen every season of Survivor. And if you see me looking down at these, I'm looking at little videos and we're figuring it out. I'm just such a big fan of this show. I'm excited to discuss this with 2 other fans of the show. I'm excited. But guys, let's jump into it. We start the first challenge off. Already we're boot scooting and boogieing. They have to like dig through that little sand thing, crawl under, and then after that happens, they have to like do there's that metal bar and they have to push in between. Also, like, did not seem that hard. Can I be completely honest with you? Some of them were taking a really long time. Boom. They had to get things out of a boat. And then what did we do after the boat? Oh, then they had to take the boat and they had to pull to get their things. Then they had to come back. After they came back, what did we have to do after we came back? Sorry, this is happening. They had to get a torch. Then once they got the torch, they came back on there and then they did something else. Keep it going. Wait, 5, 4, 3. Then they had to like there's a lot going on here. We had to go under sand. We had to push metal things to get a little hook. We had to get things out of a boat. We had to go into the water. We had to get a torch. We had to come back. Then we had to have people push in a bag to off the little loop-de-loop things or whatever. Like, what are we doing that for? That comes. And then after they do that, they make their fire, correct? And they're done. Is that it? This was a weird. Oh, then they have to like get the bag up. It was just weird. There was a lot going on here. What's his name? Charlie's team ends up winning because that's what I'm seeing here. Lovely. We love that. Yay. Like, this is so great. Like, I'm so happy to be here. This is like so phenomenal and fantastic. Cool. Then we start kind of getting into the tribe dynamics because Jeff says, yo, 1 person from each of the tribe needs to go on another island and do something. Bitch, who's signing up for this? Who wants to do this? You know who ends up deciding to do it? Coach decides to do it. Q decides to do it. And Ozzy decides to do it. And if y'all do not remember the beef that Coach and Ozzy has together because Coach blames Ozzy for his loss when he was playing in the original season, baby, it's there. And we're going to jump a little bit forward into it. They're doing the challenge. This challenge I absolutely love. So what it is pretty much every time I pause, it's going to do that, and I hope you guys enjoy. So pretty much what they have to do for this challenge is they're pretty much fighting to get some supplies because they're like, please, we need something. And I also, what I do love about In the Hands of the Fans, I wish there was more things in the hands of the fans, but I love how they're like, y'all ain't getting rice, y'all ain't getting, you're going to have to earn your shit. Yeah, 50 seasons, $1 million, the title of fucking Survivor 50 on the line. Nothing's getting handed out to y'all. But what's happening with this challenge that Ozzy, Coach, and Q are doing, they have to climb up a pole, they have to get supplies, and then what we usually see is they have to stick their wood sticks things through there to get a key, and then they get their supplies. This takes a really long time. I think my advice for like anybody who would like do the show or like watch the show is like for even big brothers, there's some challenges that are going to take a while. Do not rush yourself. Make sure it's strong. Make sure it's this, whatever. They're trying to make deals, and it's like whoever knocks it down first, they'll get it. We've been here for 45 minutes. Ozzy gets it down. Coach comes in and snatches that shit right through, and then Ozzy's like, "Oh, you're done. You're fucking dead to me. You think I liked you? You think I ever fucking liked you? No, you're dead to me." That wasn't a good move. Like, who cares? Like, if you don't get the supplies, your tribe isn't going to be upset with you, but like you've now burned a relationship with Ozzy. Ozzy's going to be talking shit to everybody else on his tribe about you, and like how I view it. Why it was a bad move by Coach is because Coach, at the end of the day, now you've pissed off Ozzy after you like tried to like mend fences, right? You've pissed off Ozzy. And then Ozzy now is pissed off. His tribe's pissed off because they don't have fucking shit. Everybody's gonna fucking hate you on that tribe. So now not only are you pissing off one, you're pissing off all these other people. Not the move I would have gone with. I don't think that was the right strategy in my opinion. But he's like, yay, I got it back, whatever. Immediately we see that Devins and Christian like have like a really fast bond. They're like, if there was one person on the show that I wanted it to be, it was them. And I'm over here like, what are we doing? Like, how is this already happening? But like, okay, whatever. Genevieve, she's trying. I'm just going through the episode so we can boogie oogie because we're already like boot scooting over here. We see immediately like Ozzy and Sari kind of like quickly link up, which like I'm very happy for. And we're just starting to see like the initial dynamics come in. I mean, what's hard about this show is, I mean, there's obviously pre-gaming going on. There's people who have played 2-3 seasons with each other. There's people who have been here for so many years and blah, blah. So you have to integrate fast. I think Rizzo and Savannah being on this season, which I'll talk more about later, is a bit jarring. I don't know why Savannah was mainly. But then we head into our first immunity challenge. So what's crazy about this challenge is there's a lot going on. First, they have to like run up a rope, which is like great. Run up the rope. They have to push, obviously, like the box of coconuts over. Once they get that, they have to sink them in. Once that they get sunk into the little shot or whatever. Then they have to throw a rope and then they have to pull something. I don't know why someone on Sari's team said, you look like you can throw the ball. Bitch, Sari, she could do a lot of things. I just don't get how everybody on that team said, throw it, get it in that small little thing, pull it. So then the thing comes down and then we push everybody up. That was a really bad move. I think they like whoever did that set Sari up for fucking disaster. So like death to all of them. At this point in the challenge, when they're going up to the, what's it called? The fucking rooftops, whatever you want to say. This is where, and this is some insider tea that you guys should know, but if you guys are like not really into the fandom like that, you probably won't know this, whatever. Some insider trading tea that I know is this is when Kyle gets hurt. Kyle gets hurt because what happened is he had to go back down because Colby couldn't get back up because he's a little bit older. It's a little bit rougher. So he's like, let me get back down to help boost you up. And when he did that, he helped boost him up. He had to run up and then he fucking hurt his ankle or whatever. Everybody kind of like does the challenge. Honestly, Cerise team like kind of came back. It was cute, but it was like nothing really like substantial. What ends up happening immediately is that people are targeting Sari, and the biggest person who's targeting Sari, which like to me this is just so crazy, it's Jenna. Jenna, you were on season 1, and then you were also on All Stars. You shouldn't be saying shit. Sari is a master of like people love her, people like her. You're gonna need to build up that agency with people to be able to take out that move. I don't know why you thought going after someone who is so iconic and legendary in the show like would work for you, and it clearly didn't. Like, so Ozzy obviously, someone lost their vote in the midst of all this. I think Q lost his vote, right? Pause. Oh, wow, it didn't do the thing this time. Great. The memory is back. So what ended up happening is flashback to when Ozzy and Q didn't win the challenge. One of them had to give up their votes. Ozzy convinces Q to give up his vote, which was good because Lord knows, like, don't be messing with me, my girl Sari. Anyways, so obviously Ozzy and Sari like really pair up quickly. We saw that Christian and Rick really pair up nicely. Emily is kind of just like figuring her way around. I think she's kind of like leaning a little bit more towards Christian. We're going to see how that vibe is. Joe is holier than thou. Jenna just hates fucking Sari. And Savannah's just like, I'm just trying to break fucking bread. Nothing really was exciting here. I knew Jenna was going to go home because like there was too many dynamics. Like the people who wanted Suri out, like there was a lot of people who didn't want Suri out. Ozzy didn't want Suri out, and Christian didn't want Suri out. If Christian didn't want Suri out, that meant Rick wasn't going to vote against Christian because that would have been a problem. Emily doesn't want to go against the fold. Jenna's really all alone. Joe wants to keep everybody together, and Savannah's just trying to make it through the night. So Jenna ends up going, did not feel bad for her. I think you try to do way too much. Like, I think, like, yes, you did season 1 and you did All-Stars and whatever, but it was like you have a lot of catching up to do. There's half of the season is from 40 to or 41 to 49. You needed to just like sit back, relax, and like let life happen, and you didn't, and that's your problem. And then after that, we see that Jeff comes back into camp. Kyle seems to be a little bit better. And then he's like, yo, you don't have a fucking Achilles, pretty much. They do a little test. Nothing happens. Kyle gets booted. This is heartbreaking. Kyle getting booted is so heartbreaking because it's like, when you look forward to something and something so monumental and so iconic and you get pulled out of the game for that, it's so heartbreaking. I just felt so bad for him. You put so much time, energy, effort, like the amount of brain power it probably took to like get here was insane. So it sucks that he got taken out that way. I think that's like sucks. I think it's great for Camilla's game, but you know, he went back down to save Colby and he fucking ripped his Achilles open. I'd be like, I'm fine. I'm really good. Just put me in a boot. I'd be like, cut the leg off. I'm psycho enough. No, like, okay, long-term damage. Where do I have to sign on the dotted line? I don't care. Given you would probably suck ass at the challenges, but that was episode 1. Jenna goes home. Dynamics are already forming. And Kyle gets booted. Literally insane. 3 hours. I'm like, hello. We've lost 2 people. Okay. All right. We're heading into episode 2 now. So this is like where things get a little bit interesting. One thing I wanted to mention was just the dynamic of like Colby not really liking Rizzo, but then also being like, Rizzo's like kind of like a good dude. Like, let's see how this works out, which I like appreciated. Like, I thought that was really nice of him to like figure it out and like get it together where it's like, okay, like, yeah, like Colby, like you're an older player too. Like you need to be playing with these people. And then we see that Christian shits himself. Icon. Christian, his edit is too good. He can't win this season. It's too good. It's too much about the Christian show, and as it should be. Whatever. We head into the challenge, and this is where Coach fucking comes for Ozzy, and like they're coming together, and I'm like, I just like you guys like fighting on up, and like this is like the plan that you guys had coming in. Like this is just crazy because, and it might be a good plan because when you go into these shows, what you want to do is have 2 forces going at each other so you can sit back and like work. And I'm hoping that was the plan because if it wasn't the plan, what are we doing? I don't really understand. I like this challenge. This challenge, you have to go up there, you have to smash a little plate, you have to get it, you have to walk past the balance beam. We saw Aubrey literally eat ass, like, and not in the good way, like down. And I'm like, mama, like, that was a face plan. Then you have to throw rings. I think Genevieve's team loses Vatu, something like that. They don't win. Everybody gets camp supplies back at home, which is great. Or a little bit of camp supplies. I feel bad for Aubrey. I feel like Aubrey, we saw in the first episode when she kind of like came for Genevieve of like, I want to work with you, but I don't think I can trust you. I don't know what type of gameplay this is. Like Aubrey like, I feel like in 50, like you need to play. I don't know. I think 50, you just need to like make the relationships at first. And if you really want to start getting a little bit crazy, I think how she came across was, como se dice, insane to me personally. It was a lot for me personally. Also something I didn't mention at all. So sorry. I'm just like rushing through all this because you guys don't care about this and we're just like putting this out here. Are we going to talk about Boz? Oh, we're going to talk about Ozzy getting the idol. I don't know if you guys agree with Ozzy getting the idol. I think me personally, it's like, I think for me, I look at it where because he didn't use the idol in the past, like I don't think he's going to use it now. I would want to leverage the idol. I would want to leverage the idol as like give it to somebody who I think I can potentially work with and like see what can go on from there. Like that's how I look at it. Instead of, I know you want the boomerang, the Billie Eilish boomerang idol, whatever. Like it just is what it is. But it's like, ugh, like whatever. Like I don't know. I just thought it was dumb. Like who's doing this? The thing was, how I looked at it, Genevieve giving it to Ozzy, like kind of makes sense. I think it in a way would make sense because I know I'm kind of like going back on what I just said earlier. I think it makes sense if you want to use it for good. Where like you think he's going to get booted out, but it's like Ozzy's a physical threat. Ozzy is someone where it's like, if you can build that relationship with him, he might be able to win the comps in the end, and he could use an idol on you. So I think that would be smart. So I don't think, like, I don't say don't get rid of him. And then the next one, we find Christian gives the idol, or finds the boomerang idol and gives it to Aubrey. I feel bad for her because Genevieve is like leading the charge of like, look in her bag, she has something, and she just got so ostracized so fast. And I just like, I think there's a little bit of like social awkwardness there. And I feel bad for her because I know how smart she is and I want to see her go far and do a lot in this game. So we're going to see from there. Then going to the purple tribe, people are pissed. People are like, Rizzo, you don't do shit. And Rizzo's like, I don't give a fuck to do shit. Angelina, she ain't doing anything. And people are pissed off about that. Like, here, break bread and be merry and be happy. Like, some of you guys know each other. You have to work triple overtime to like establish a connection with people that they want to keep you. So the fact that he's like, I didn't come on Survivor to tend to fire. Do you want to win? Mama, none of these people know who you are. You better fucking be George of the fucking jungle up in the gig and move on. We then head to the immunity challenge, and this is the one where everybody has to, like, you have to get 3 big snakes, put it under tarp, whatever, and then you have to do those things where you're moving together and boot scooting and boogieing and blah blah. And guess whose team fucking loses again? Cerie's team loses. At this point, it's like, it's not even about strength at that point. It's just like, what are we doing here? And you know what? Everything's flying off the handle. Ozzy's like, Cirie, I got you, girl. Like, I got you down. I got you, girl. I got you down. And pause, bitch. I'm rambling so much. I literally forgot to talk about Savannah getting her idol. So much. I felt like we watched 8 hours of Survivor in like 3 episodes because we did. The crazy thing about her going up against Colby, she gets the secret vote, and people are like, what did you get? What did you get? Girl, like, I don't know if I would have told people if I got it. Like, I don't know if I would have said something. Maybe I would have been like, yeah, I got an advantage. I think I probably would have, because everybody expects you to get an advantage. And I think I just would have been like, yeah, I got an advantage. And I wouldn't tell people about it. Because guess what? People might be more worried to fucking play something against you and like it could fuck them over. So that's what I would have done, I think, because no one's going to fucking believe that shit. We come back to camp after they lost and everybody's like figuring out what to do. They're like, okay, do we take out Ozzy? Because Ozzy's really pushing for Cirie, which I think is like a really dumb move. I'm like, Ozzy, let Cirie cook. Like, you don't got to do too much, whatever. Savannah, I think, just got dealt a really bad fucking hand because, like, again, people don't want to go against Ozzy because they want to still win the challenges and they don't really know about Savannah and they have loyalties elsewhere. So it's like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And nothing insane happens. Savannah gets sent home. Like, it was another, like, all to one vote. So it's like, okay, that happens. Rest in peace. It was so sweet how she was like talking about opening up to people and telling her story. And then she got voted out for it. I'm like, fuck. But Savannah, I don't know. If I was Savannah coming into the game, I would have on my tribe found the 2 most strongest social threats, worked with them so they can protect me and like take me in as their baby. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the tea. That was episode 2. Savannah going home. The challenges were okay. The snake challenge, like it's not even a strength problem. It's just like more communication, and that was it. But yeah, we played 2 boomerang idols, or we had 2 boomerang idols found. We had 2 votes taken. Ozzy didn't have a vote either because Ozzy lost his against Savannah. Had a vote. Joe was fucking being George of the jungle, being like, I want to control it. It's like, Joe, bitch, they're coming for you if you don't shut up. Like, you got to get it, girl and girl. And I don't think Ozzy had a vote at that point because he lost something. Or maybe, I think he lost something. I don't know. Everybody's losing everything. I feel like there's so much going on where it's like, there's sometimes too much. And it's like, Survivor, how do we have 2 idols out there? 2 people have lost their votes. This girl has a fucking extra vote. Do we even have shot in the dark? It's like, I don't even know, but I'm stressed. But we're heading to episode 3. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. When we all come back together, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much easier. Please pray. Thank you. I don't know why sometimes it's doing that, whatever. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Okay, so let's get into it. So before we start the episode, Christian's talking to Devins and is like, yo, we need to loop in everybody about like me giving the idol to Aubrey in case like we go to a tribe swap, whatever. And then we head to the thing. Tribe swap is happening. And then Christian's like, I need to tell her now. And it's like, yo, hey, Emily, I gave Aubrey as an idol. Aubrey as an idol. Like, get her out. And she's like, what the? Like, this was Emily's energy this episode was actually like diabolical in so many ways. And we'll get into that later. They end up switching tribes. So let's talk about the new tribes. We have Sela, Charlie D, Rizzo, Camilla, Jonathan, Cirie, and Devins. Kalo, Aubrey, Joe, Genevieve, Coach, Chrissy, Colby, and Tiffany, and then Vatu, Christian, Mike White, Emily, Ozzy, Stephanie, and Q, and Angelina. So the biggest thing that came out of this is literally immediately we get to the fucking beach and coach is like, hey, yo, Chrissy, let me pull you over. Everybody was about to vote your ass out because like your energy was weird and like how you were talking to was weird. Don't know if I would have gone like that approach to it at all, but like, hey, it happened and like, it is what it is. Dynamics are already going on. Like Q is working with Ozzy being like, hey, I gave you that idol. And Q's like, what? No, Q didn't. Q. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just died. I'm like, who was Q working with? Genevieve. Q was like, yo, me and Genevieve like gave you the idol. He's like, oh, cool. And that's how you need to leverage it. That's how you leverage a relationship. Hey, you gave me the idol. Let's work together. Cool. Immediately, and we're going back to Emily. Emily gets on this beach and is like, I need to fucking tell everybody that Christian is shitty as fuck. Telling Christian, throwing everybody under the bus. They have the David versus Goliath trio. We have Angelina, Mike White, and Christian. Shit's going on. But then like she kind of turns on them. And then Emily has this like really beautiful discussion with like Stephanie, which like I think Stephanie needs to be having more of these discussions. I think it's like really breaking bread. So Emily has like told 5 different people information. She told someone, Christian's really shady. He said so and so. Aubrey has an idol. Then they're like, what the fuck? And then now she wants to go to the fucking David versus Goliath and is like, hey, by the way, like Ozzy and Suri or like whatever, like they're really be doing their big one. Like we need to watch out for him. Like we don't know if we can trust them. I'm like, what is going on? Like, Ozzy and Stephanie, like we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Whatever. Then Emily's like, let me go back to Christian. Christian, you're going to be pissed. I told them. And then Christian gives us the beautiful casting. I love Christian. Let's cast more Christians. Thank you so much. Like, I really would love for it to be here. Then we're going back to the other tribe, the Genevieve, Joe, Aubrey tribe. Everybody's against Aubrey. I don't know like what is against her where everybody's like, hey, let me go fight this bitch. Like, let me go give a 1-2-1-2 to her. Don't know. Don't really care at all. But Tiffany's like, fuck this. Aubrey, they're fucking coming for you. And I do think that this was smart because the reason I say that I think this is smart is I think this garnered a lot from Aubrey. I see her as like a wounded like sheep almost, and it's kind of like she's looking for anyone, right, to like help her. And I don't think she would hurt Tiffany. I don't. And that's like crazy to think it's for $1 million and like if it's your neck versus somebody else's neck on the line. But there's something about Aubrey that just makes me believe that like if I told her information, like if I told her bitches were like the whole tribe hated her, I think like that would earn her respect and trust. And like if we can make it out of that vote, I think we could go far. It's just if we can make it out of that next vote. Rizzo is, talking about his life, and then he made a statement. He wants to work with fucking Taylor Swift boy. Why can't I think of his name? I mean, I have it in my notes. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Charlie. And then he made the mistake, quote unquote, the mistake of like, oh yeah, like I voted for Savannah to win because I thought she deserved to win. And then he blows this out of proportion. He's like, if I get to there, I'm voting Rizzo out because I have PTSD. And it's like, there's a complete difference. Like Charlie, like you don't know how 50 was played out. Like, yeah, she had a friend, but it was like, I'm not voting for my friend to win. I'm voting for the best player. And like, it's a complete different situation. So I think the fact that he's coming for Rizzo so hard here, I'm like, this is a little bit embarrassing, but like, whatever, cool. Let's move on. We then go to the tribe. This is the one where everybody's blindfolded. They have to bring back like 3-4 things. There's one person calling out. And then the callers are, if I'm not mistaken, Christian, Camilla, and Chrissy. They're calling out. Bitches be getting hit low key. And I love this challenge. She's a classic. Everybody gets hurt. Cool. Once everybody gets their rings back, then it's up to them to blindfoldly tell them how to put the puzzle piece up. And who ends up losing is, what's the team's name again? I have it written down somewhere. The team that loses is Vatu. Vatu loses down, and it's like, rest in peace, like whatever. Like there was things that could have been done better. I don't know. Some people just need to like get their own shit together. Obviously, the 3 David versus Goliath like want to work together. So that's Christian, Mike White, and Angelina, and they're like, no, we need to split this up. But bitches that don't even have votes, like it's I don't think people have votes here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Q doesn't have a vote here, so like you can't even do 3-3 to tie. Oh, it would be 4-3. Like now it would be 3-3. This doesn't make sense here. And Q needed to tell people he didn't have a vote because what I would be, I say, hey guys, I don't have a vote. I know. Well, Q ends up getting sent home, so who cares? But it's like do another name because it's going to be Q. and then it's going to, and everybody's kind of saying Stephanie, but they're like, actually, we don't really think it's Stephanie. And then Emily's like, what do we do? What do we do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, blah, blah, like, Ozzy, what should we do? Like, Ozzy, I'm conflicted in between, blah, 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 what to do. For me, Q doesn't have a vote. And if Q didn't even think it was him, Q thought it was Stephanie. If I was Q, I'd be like, I don't have a vote, so we need to figure something else out. And he didn't do that. And then they were like, actually, like, let's get rid of Q. I think this was smart of Mike White because Q just causes a lot of chaos. And it's like he's a ticking time bomb. You don't know when he's going to go off. We end up going to tribal council. And it's, again, this is the third time in a row. It's literally everybody -1. So we're seeing the herd mentality. And that makes sense. It's early in the game. You don't want to piss too many people off. You're trying to build the connections, build the bonds. Q gets voted out. I mean, really, like, that's like not really like a shame in my opinion. It just like, it was just kind of not deserved, but it was just like, yeah, like that's what it should be. And that's where we're at the first 3 episodes. Guys, this was chaotic. I know I missed a lot. I have recapped 3-4 episodes on 3 shows. On this, on Traitors, on Drag Race. I'm trying. I'm just trying to give my heart to the people and get them what they want. But we will be back. Trust and believe. I will fill them if we are not back to our regularly scheduled program. Not really. They're so busy and they're so blessed and doing the most. So I'm happy to do this. But that's like kind of the tea, everyone. That's like really it. That's all you missed. I love Sari. Let me give you my tops. Truthfully, can I be honest? I love D. I love D down. Honestly, Rizzo's warming up to me. I love Camilla. We've been new. I love Sari. Devins. Oh, I loved when we were at the tribal council. I didn't mention this before. I'm mentioning it now. When he put the fake idol in there, that's so smart. And that's like, I love people who think outside of the box to utilize the game in their favor. Great job, Devins. I don't think he'll really go far because he's doing a little bit too much. I love Aubrey. Genevieve kind of doing a little bit too much. I'm excited to see what Coach does. Chrissy needs to turn around. I want to see Colby do better. I'm like an old school girl through and through. Christian, Mike White, yes. Emily, yes. Ozzy, yes. Stephanie, yes, because she lives 15 minutes away from me, 20 minutes away from me. Angela, yes. I love a lot of Batu, honestly. So we'll see how this season goes. I'm excited to see next episode. I'm excited to see things shake up more. I'm excited to see people who I haven't seen at Tribal Council go to Tribal Council. This one, it was kind of like 3 versus everybody. So if we go to Tribal Council next time, it's going to be Emily, Ozzy, and Stephanie, potentially against the other 3. I don't know. But that is the recap on Survivor Season 50, episodes 1 through 3. We will be coming out with episode 4, who knows, shortly. We're going to get back on track. And I have guns to multiple people's heads, so we do that. Thank you for the 2 people who watched this. I just wanted to make sure you guys are taken care of. I appreciate you. My winner pick, I'm just going to say I would love Camilla to win. I would love for Sari to win. I'd love for anybody old school to win. I'm honestly rooting anybody old school. I do not care about anybody new school here. I don't. We lost 2 winners in 2 episodes, which is crazy. One was a medical evac. I'm excited to see how Camilla plays without him. I think that really opens up her game. So that's going to be interesting. And that's the tea. That's where we're at, guys. So thank you for watching with us. If you're not currently following us, make sure to follow us everywhere at Reality Group Chat. We cover everything reality. We have done Survivor, Big Brother, The Amazing Race, Traitors. We're now doing Drag Race. Right now, we are doing a lot of Drag Race. We're doing Survivor 50. So keep locking and clocking it in and follow us for more. And that's really it. Follow me everywhere at Daniel_Cusimano, anywhere at Reality Group Chat, at Reality Group Chat. Follow Jordan anywhere at It's Jordan Staff, and then QT at Quori-Tyler, Quori-Tyler, any and everywhere. We love you guys. We will be back. Also, there's like a little Drag Race emblem in this like bottom left. It's going to be Survivor. Don't get it twisted. You're going to see the ending recording. It's probably going to be some like Drag Race or whatever shit. Ignore it. We're getting it together. We're getting the boots back on the truck. But that's all we have, guys. I want to hear your comments, questions, concerns. If I missed anything and you're like, I want to hear what Daniel's thought was on this, whether it's a conversation, let it be known. And I will try to address it in the next episode that we discuss when I can. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Your support means everything to us. And we will, like, what's this? The fuck? We love you guys. And we will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, it's Drag Race. I'm sorry. Enjoy the Drag Race outro. Just pretend it's Survivor. Pretend like it's that. Okay.